Hello and welcome. This is Match Review brought to you by Vertical Football. I'm Segun, and with me here I have Falaye. Falaye, it's good to have you here.
It's good to be here, bro. Thanks.
So quickly, let's review the biggest game of the weekend. Arsenal versus Tottenham Hotspur. 2-2. Arsenal 2, Tottenham Hotspur 2 at the Emirates. Was that the right result for that game?
They both needed a win. Both of them, they are on the same points on the table, so they both needed a win. But as it is, they tried. They both tried. Some circumstances came around. Changes that weren't supposed to be made, and the game, ended the way it is. So at least they each got a point. I think that's fair.
So let's quickly talk about Arsenal. As you said, they were both on the same points prior to this match. Arsenal, how did you see their game? How did you see Arsenal's game?
Arsenal had a good game. They had a good game. Just that there are some things that needs to be changed in the team. I always say Arteta he's doing a good job at Arsenal though, but he needs some changes. Like he bought in players, but there are some players that he bought that he doesn't need, that he bought into the team. You understand? And the way it's like he's trying to play everybody. And you can't do that as a coach. You can't do that. If you are trying to play everybody, that means you're not going to get your results. You play who fits into your pattern or who fits in the system that you want to play. You understand? So for Arsenal, they had a good game. At one point in time, they lost track of the game, and Tottenham overpowered them. And they had to do fall back at one point, and Tottenham had the game they willed the game over.
So I think first of all, and the aspect of playing all the players, I don't think Arteta has gotten his perfect midfield. He's still trying to construct a midfield. The likes of Xhaka leaving and bringing Rice, bringing Havertz, he's still looking for the perfect mixture. He started the season with Odegaard, Havertz, and Rice.
Yeah.
Later, he saw that Havertz wasn't giving him what he wanted. He brought Fabio Vieira. He got some good wins with that, and then he stuck with that. But now you could see he removed Rice and Vieira at halftime. So he's still trying to form up the right midfield. But I think there are parts of Arsenal game that I liked so much. Because in the first half, they are pressing. The front row press from the attackers was very, very aggressive, very, very, and it was just nice. I think that's the way top teams should be able to press, frustrate, suffocating press, suffocate the opposition. So I like that. But I think also in Arsenal's game also, I think we have to bring into question their defense. Because the way at which Tottenham, I don't know if it's just because of the way Tottenham attacked and the way they were very, very good, or because maybe Arsenal was just not so good in that defense. The way they opened them up was not really nice.
I said it falls for Arteta in the sense that look, there's some players you are supposed to trust in a team, because Trossard has proven to be a player that can make impact in that team. But to me, I feel like Arteta is not trusting Trossard yet.
Anytime he comes in, he has an impact.
Yes, and you are playing Jesus at the left wing because maybe you don't trust Trossard. This is the opportunity for Trossard, because after Martinelli got the injury, this is opportunity for Trossard to start in that team and prove his worth. He might even turn out better than Martinelli is if he starts consecutive games. You understand? But because he doesn't trust him, he's putting Jesus at on the left side and putting Nketiah. Nketiah, for me, I think you should have started Gabriel Jesus at the front line and put Trossard on the left. Then during the course of the game, you see what happens and you make the sub you want to make. And for the midfield, you are substituting players that are good for players that are not good. I don't understand why you bring in Jorginho. I don't even know what their markets they did in the transfer window. I don't understand sometimes, because there's some players that they don't really need. They bought. You bought the likes of Jorginho. You bought the likes of Kai Havertz. What are the need of those players in this team? I don't understand.
Yeah. So speaking about Trossard quickly, was he on the bench? So possibly he's injured. So I think because you see when Real Nelson came in, for Gabriel Jesus, you normally Arteta's normal way of sub is that Trossard. But I think it's very, very important point in the sense that why is Trossard should be a starter if he's fit. I don't think he's fit at the moment because he wasn't on the bench. I don't think it's so. Let's quickly move on to Tottenham. Ange Postecoglou doing wonders. We've said it many times on the podcast here that it's still early days for Tottenham. But anytime you watch Tottenham's football, you'll be like, can they do it can they do it against the big boys? They did it against the likes of Sheffield United. They did it against the likes of Manchester United, which is in quote a big team. You get, but you know now they have done it at Arsenal, not just even against Arsenal, but at the Emirates. What do you have to say about the job he's doing at Tottenham?
Like I said in our first, maybe I think fourth or second episode of our podcast, I said is one I definitely know that it will have an impact in Tottenham, because you look at the pattern he's bringing into that team, you look at the system, and you look at the players he bought. You see there's a difference between when a coach buys players and there's a difference when you buy players that suits perfectly into the system you want to play at the club. He bought the perfectly players he needed. Look at Maddison. Can you look at Maddison? A joy to watch. Overall play is a joy to watch. You understand? So I feel like he's doing the right thing. It's working for him because he got the right signings right.
So let's still be on that line. Talking about Maddison, 2 assists today.
Wow.
Maddison, Son.
Exceptional.
You know, last season, during Jose Mourinho's time and even some seasons at Tottenham, you're always talking about the partnership between Kane and Son. Now, Kane left. The question is, who is that striker that is going to have that same partnership with Son? But now it's not even a striker. It's Maddison. Fantastic combination. What do you have to say about that?
You see, Maddison is playing good football, though. We already know that Maddison is a good footballer from the onset during his Leicester days, even before he was bought. But coming into that team and having that straight away impact. You understand?
Amazing.
Look at you know, when Kane left Tottenham, maybe there were questions on many lips like, how are they going to survive, score goals? You understand? But look at it, boils down on to the coach also. Look at the tactics he used today, the formation yesterday, putting Son up front, just Son alone, because he had Brendan Johnson and playing Maddison behind him. The two of them now worked
hand in
hand, and having 2 goals and 2 assists between the both of them.
Amazing, fantastic.
That is what they call a coach, working to the length of the players.
Yeah.
You understand? So I'm giving kudos out to the coach and also to Maddison, because he understands England already, and coming into that team is just like the team is a perfectly fitted team for him. Having the likes of Sarr and Bissouma, working, doing a dirty job for him, and he has no reason to worry to go back to run to defense or whatever.
Yeah, let's talk about the midfield. The likes of Bissouma, fantastic. I saw when I was watching the match and I saw what Bissouma was doing, I said, as a Manchester United fan, this is what we are missing. Someone that can pick the ball up, first phase receiver, that can pick the ball up from the defense and drive. And he was doing in a fantastic way for Tottenham. And then we have to also talk about Sarr. Sarr was shaky. At the first half, was very, very shaky. And even the build-up of Tottenham as a whole was very, very shaky. Arsenal were just not using their chances because they had a lot of chances based on the way they pressed.
And Vicario also impressed.
Yeah,
so
he impressed, but there were some parts also the build-up of Tottenham at the first half wasn't okay. Even throughout the game, it's just that in the first half it was more. There was no composure, but they were able to still come up with a goal before the end of the first half. So Tottenham has like a very good midfield.
Yeah.
At this moment, you can say one of the best midfield in the league, in the same sense of Bissouma, the sense of Sarr, and the special player Maddison. But let's talk about Son. Son did not have a good season last season, but 2 goals.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about Son's?
I always ask this. There's always this question on my lips when it comes to Son. Why don't clubs come for Son? As in, I don't know. That guy is a good footballer, an exceptional player, but even every transfer windows, when it passes, you don't just hear clubs coming for Son. I don't know, maybe it's because of Levy or I don't know. I don't understand. But I believe that Son should not be in that team. He needs to be in a team higher.
Team. Yeah.
You understand? Son has showed his class season in and out.
Yeah.
So Son for me is just like you are talking about the days of Van Persie and saying that Van Persie is impressing. He really impressed because he's good.
He's good. Yeah.
You understand? So there are players like that they are good, and no matter. And look at today, the chances he had, and he took it. That's what
a top player.
Top player.
And since even the exit of Harry Kane, the questions always on people's mind is, can he step up and be the leader of that team? And truly today, he did. So let's move on to a common trend now occurring in Arsenal's game. the likes of we've not seen Ramsdale for consecutive games now, and
Okay.
it's now Raya. I know we ask ourselves this question on the pod, that when you get Raya, who on his own should be a starting keeper for any club, and you have Raya and you have Ramsdale both in the same team. The question was who should start. Raya had a very okay game today. There are some if you want to be critical, you can fault some of his, like the first goal, the way he dealt with the ball was not really his fault. But what is your overall observation about his performance so far for Arsenal?
I think his performance has been the reason why he's starting. You understand? I think his performance so far has been the reason why he's been starting for Arsenal in the past 3 games, back to back. He showed the hunger, and like it shows that he wants to be the number 1 keeper at Arsenal. You know, when you have a competition and you have to prove yourself that I want to be it, I want to be this person that starts for this club. So he has showed it. The only thing I'm worried about is Arteta will have a problem on his hands about picking both who starts within Ramsdale and Raya. I feel like Raya does a decent job more than Ramsdale.
In
terms of ball passing,
distribution,
composure, he is more composed than Ramsdale.
More composed.
So I think that's what Arteta is saying. And even you see the match today when there was a goal that Johnson was supposed to call, like kept out of the post. Even Ramsdale did what, applauded him. Nice.
Yeah, that's good team play, because I know in some clubs it's not going to be easy.
Yeah.
When the starting goalkeeper is now on the bench the second season, and a new keeper now comes and just is now like the first choice. You know, some clubs there will be mutiny.
Yeah.
But it seems that Arteta is in control of the dressing room. Is able to take ruthless decisions, and the fans are backing him. The club also appears to back him, and the players also are backing him. So let's look at VAR and its inconsistencies. The second goal for Arsenal, which was the penalty for Saka. You know, that the same player, the same situation against Tottenham versus Manchester United. The same player, that's Romero.
Yeah.
One was given as a penalty, the other wasn't. What's going on with the VAR? Is it a question of the VAR, or is it a question of the agenda against Manchester United?
It's both. Because you should, to be sincere, in all honesty, VAR has done more damage than harm to most clubs in the Premiership.
Yeah.
So it's more done to Manchester United than to other clubs. So it's like the agenda is there, and the VAR is not, doing its job fully, because that same game, that same handball was supposed to be given as a penalty to Manchester United. And look at yesterday's game too. The Evans goal that was ruled out. It was the same thing against Man City.
It wasn't actually an offside,
Against Man City
also
it happened.
Yeah, so
and they gave the goal. So VAR needs to just work on themselves. Like maybe it is the referees, VAR is just a name. It's a human being. I think the referees just need to work on it. So
yes, maybe have their biases. So I just feel I agree with you on the note that VAR has done more harm to football, because football now, when you score a goal, you can't really jubilate, because except it's a shot from outside.
Yes, it might be called back.
Because it can be called back, and it really affects the morale of the players. When you score the goal and it ends up being removed, your morale goes down, and the morale of the other team. Let's take for example Arsenal versus Manchester United. The Garnacho's offside, even though you could debate if it was an offside or not, it was a very close call. But that decision going the way of Arsenal gives them an extra morale, and it also dampened the morale of Manchester United. So a lot of discussions need to be had concerning VAR and its inconsistencies. So let's quickly move on to the last part of this on this episode, which is as usual our match ratings, to rate the players. Let's start with Arsenal, because they are at home. David Raya. What are you going to give David Raya?
I'll give Raya a 7.
A 7.
Because he did his best. That's just the true thing. This is his best. Even let's say the first goal, he kept out the ball before it was played in back. I just feel like I'm going to blame the defenders for that. They were just all there. Like some played the ball within 3 defenders and they were just there. So I'll give him a 7. He did his best.
I will give him a 6, because you concede 2 goals, and I know they are not his fault. They're not directly his fault, but when you concede 2 goals, I can't give you as a goalkeeper more than 6. Let's go to Zinchenko.
Zinchenko?
Yes.
Was he on the pitch?
Yes, he was on the pitch.
Bro.
And he did some nice. I don't know. That good. Was decent. Was decent.
Oh, it's decent. Yeah, give him 4 for decency.
Nah, it's too harsh. It's too harsh. I'll
Give him
give
4.
Zinchenko a 6 also. I'll give Zinchenko a 6. Gabriel.
Arsenal needs to find another centre back to partner with Saliba, because I think
Arsenal fans will disagree. They hold that guy in high regard.
Yeah, you got the whole for guy. You got they go. You go soft for their body. So I think they just need to buy another centre back to pair with Saliba. Saliba is a good defender. To be all in honesty, only if you are being sentimental. Saliba is a good defender, so he needs a better pairing at the back. So users, I'll give him 4 too. So
Gabriel
Mahalas. Yeah, I'll
give him 4.
Yeah.
That's you are Ash. I'll give him 6.
Okay.
I didn't really see Saliba.
I'll give Saliba a 7.
I'll give Saliba a 6. Because when you concede 2 goals, I know with the way they were opening their defense at ease at some moment, I was like, what is Arsenal doing?
That's because the pairing is not working out.
Ben White.
Ben White. Johnson had many runs in with him. And that's from that angle, I think even Madison had some runs in that side. So I would give Ben White a 5.
Yeah, I will agree. A 5. I think I will agree. A 5. It wasn't really that a superb or good performance from him. So let's go to the midfield. Declan Rice, 45 minutes.
I'll give Declan Rice a 6.
A 6. I'll give Declan Rice a 4.
Give him 6.
I'll give him a 5. I don't think he coped well with the. That's why the coach removed him.
Give him 6.
Half time. Fabio Vieira.
Fabio Vieira. I give Fabio Vieira a 5.
You give him a 5. I'll give him a 4. Now 45 minutes now, I'll give him a 4.
You just 45 minutes. You can have impact.
It was okay, but I will give him a 4. I'll give him a 4.
Odegaard was out of it today. Sincerely speaking, Odegaard was. Well, as in, even the way I was watching football, many people was like, Odegaard passed the ball. Release the ball quick. They were like, release the ball quick. What's wrong with Odegaard today? So Odegaard was. So I'm going to give him a 3.
No, I won't be Ash because I like him as a player. I'll give him a 5.
Yeah, you like him as a player? I'll
give him a 5, and I saw 1 or 2 things that it's not really that bad, but it's not the other guy you expect to see in such big games, and he needs to always step up because sometimes I think there's my own observation about the guy that some big games like this doesn't really show up. You can't be showing up against the likes of Crystal Palace, and when you reach the big matches,
make you think you are giving.
He has to. Saka,
man of the match for me. From Arsenal side, though, not man of the match as a whole.
After like 60 minutes, after like 60 minutes, they come out now, but truly in the Arsenal team, he was the best player.
So I'll give him a 8.
I will not give him an 8. I'll give him. He scored 1 assist, 1 goal.
Yeah,
assist for the home goal. I'll give him a 7. I'll give Saka a 7.
Right.
Gabriel Jesus. Arsenal fans are very angry that he was chalked off for Ryan Nelson. They say, why Nketiah no come out? Gabriel Jesus, your rating?
Gabriel Jesus, I'll give him a 6.
I think 6 is okay. 6 is okay. Nketiah.
I'll give Nketiah a 5.
5. I think it was 5. I think his pressing was okay at the beginning. I liked the way he pressed and everything, but at some point, Baba, the guy no offer much. Wasn't offering much. And for Arsenal fans, they were like very angry that they removed Gabriel Jesus. I think it's just a fitness issue.
Because
it's not just performance.
At one point, I think Jesus was limping or something.
Yes, this guy is someone that has been gone on injury, coming back. So the manager has to manage him. Sometimes it's not just subs are not just made based on performance alone.
Yeah.
We saw that he had a better game than Nketiah, but sometimes it's about fitness. It's about fitness. The manager doesn't want to risk the player. Let's go to Spurs quickly. Vicario,
he considered, so I'll give him a 6.
You are very generous. So Vicario a 5. Because the distribution, I didn't like it. The build-up play, I did not like it. So Pedro Porro,
I give him a 5.
I'll give him a 6.
Give him 5.
I'll give him a 6. I think he was a better version of all the defenders that Tottenham had. I think it was a better version.
Think so?
Yeah, I think it was a better version. Christian Romero.
I'm not saying it was a do getting where we could get minus.
Because now minus he had to that team now.
Minus
He caused home goal, which is not really his fault. Handball, they give a penalty. He should even collect yellow. Anybody will get time for FPL.
Go to shout.
So, what did you give him?
Minus.
Minus. And I know the wicked like that. I'll give him 2 because I can't defend that kind of. Then Van de Ven. I don't really like that guy because I always feel. I hope he proves me wrong, but I always feel he's just a little bit close to make a mistake. I just had that feeling whenever I see him. And there was some time in this game where he should have he come to clear the ball well. He declared ball anyhow. He can't say sorry.
At the time he was just clearing the ball to corner.
So I didn't say, Baba, waiting they play. So me, I think I'll give him a 4. I'll give him a 4. Van de Ven, I'll give him a 4. This boy, I be like him. He did my FPL. But today, I can't blame him because you are meeting in my opinion, you are meeting the best right-sided winger in the league. You know, in person of Bukayo Saka. So, Udogie, what do you have to say about?
I'll give Udogie a 4.
I'll give me a 4. That will go. I'll give it 3.5 because
I'll give him a 4.
The guy was
because I think he was maybe he was scared or shaky.
Baba, it's not even me. I go fear. To me, Saka, I go fear. And when Saka is now having like a good game, you know, he's having that. So when you are, I think one thing about Saka is once you enter stadium with fear, he go play you. You have to just be. So I think it was a very, very tough test for him, and he needs to buckle up. You know, he needs to buckle up if he wants to remain the starting left back for Tottenham. Sir,
no. I give Sir a 3. He was just not.
I'll say 3.5 also. Sir was not composed. Sir was not composed throughout the game. Sir was not composed. If Tottenham were going to lose a ball in the midfield, most likely it's not nice. It's not nice. Bissouma.
Wow. Yeah.
Baller.
I'll give Bissouma a 7.
Yes, I'll give him a 7. I think Bissouma, I was just like, why can't I get Bissouma in my team? I think someone of that profile. I hope Man United fixes, but Bissouma was fantastic. I'll give him a 7.
Yeah, 7.
Kulusevski, I know you like him.
My players, I give him a 7 too.
7. I think he was also very good. I like the way he pressed. I like the way he recovered. I like some part of his game that he was okay. So, I'll give him 6.5. But if I'm giving Bissouma 7, I don't think I should be giving Kulusevski.
I'll give Kulusevski 7 with Bissouma.
I'll give him
7.
6.5. Madison.
I give Madison 8.5 because I gave Saka 8.
How many?
8.5. Because I gave Saka 8, so I'll give Madison 8.5.
And I don't like the rate player high because I feel you can always do better. But for Madison, I will go with you. I'll give him I wanted to give him 8 before, but like he deserved that 0.5. So 8.5 Madison.
Yeah.
Son.
Son.
You mean?
Son 9.
9. You know, when you score goals and, you know,
9.
Son, they give me joy. I like him as a player, and I think he has taken up that leadership mantle he's delivering. So, I'm really happy.
And he's just like, I think he has this presence. There was a time like there was a tackle. I think that happened in the second half, and the referee was like trying to, you know, decide on what to do, and he controlled his players. At that time, he controlled the players. Someone was coming to come and argue. Just like he shouted on everyone, and none of them obeyed him instantly. Without even that means he's in charge. He knows what he's doing. So I think he's
Brennan Johnson. No pressing. I think he's.
I like Brennan Johnson from his days from Nottingham Forest. So I'll give him. I'll give him 5.5.
5.5. Oh.
Yeah.
For that team, I'll give him 5. I'll give him 5. I didn't see what I wanted to see. Yeah. Let's quickly move on to last part of it, which is the subs, because some subs had like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Starting with Arsenal, Jorginho.
That was the wrong sub for me. Because he caused the second. It was from him. I think they collected the ball from, and he scored the second goal. So I don't understand all these Chelsea players. I don't even understand them. I don't understand. Is he about to save?
Yeah, I don't understand. 2 of them they can't carry inside for 5 minutes. Just he just is calm people, sha. Oh,
Man, Arsenal did wrong in the market though.
Me, I'll give Giorgio 5.
Especially a commenter where they collect my good score.
No, after that time, I don't think it was really that bad now. I don't think it was really that bad.
I will give Giorgio 3.
Harvard, I think Harvard applied himself more. He could have used better of the chances, that he saw. I think he saw one good chance that he just displayed. So I'll give Harvard say 5. I want to be lenient to the subs.
True.
Because the game already changed before you
About 2.
Harvard 2. Oh boy, you harsh you.
About 2.
Okay. Ryan Nelson, there's not really much to talk about Ryan Nelson. So let's go to the subs of Tottenham. Højbjerg. I like some change of I saw 1 or 2 change of direction.
I'll give Højbjerg 5.
5. I like to just give those subs 5 because there's nothing more you can really do. Richarlison, is there anything?
Richarlison now just going up and down. Just going up and down.
I think defensively, he tried to do 1 or 2 defensively when they were defending corners. So I think it was a very good game. I expected Arsenal to win, but I knew it was going to be a very tough game. But I think I was very, very impressed with in total with what Tottenham
did.
Brought to the table against a top side. Manchester United is not a top side, but when you meet the likes of Arsenal, you're able to get a draw from the Emirates. It's a big result. So that's all for this episode. So thank you, our viewers, for sticking with us up to the end. So do good to subscribe, do good to like, do good to share this video. If you've not followed us on any of our social media platforms, please do follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok and on Facebook. And if you're also a fan of audio content, our audio content is all around various audio platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. So thank you very much and do have a nice day.
Bye-bye.